Hey everybody, Mac here, and we are working on factoring out common factors. Okay, this is version B. There's a version A earlier, and so in fact, this is kind of our part two of this. The first part, we were pulling out numbers, and then the last one, version A, all we did was pull out letters. So by now, if you did this in the sequence, that again, you could find at maxtutorials.com. And if you didn't just randomly come up on this video and you're following the sequence, you should already know this is going to be our first time putting it together, okay? And you should be pros at numbers and letters separately, but now we're going to put them together. And again, if you did just, randomly come up on this and you haven't done the sequence, go to that website, maxtutorials.com. And I think that you're going to find this very helpful in anything you have to do with algebra. Okay, so on the first one, first thing you're going to do is you ask yourself, what's the same? What's the same between both of these? Start with the numbers, 6 and 12. What number will go into both 6 and 12? And the answer is 6. Now let's look at the letters. I have 3 and I have 2. What's the most I can pull out of both of them? The answer is the squared. So 6x squared is going to be my common factor, okay? That's the what's the same. Now we say what's left over. If I had 6x3 and I pull out 6x2, I'm just left with an x. I'm going to write my plus sign. Now 12 divided by 6 is 2. All my x's are gone. I'm done. Well, you said it was a 1. Don't I put a 1? Well, okay, it's 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, so if you have a constant there and you pull out all the letters, you just don't write the letters, okay? Let's look at number 2, okay? So what's the same between these? Well, between the numbers, I'm going to pull out a 5, and between the letters, I'm going to pull out a y squared. That's going to be my common factor. If I look at the first one, 15 divided by 5, that's a 3. Y's, I had 5, I pulled out 2, I'm left with 3. Minus, remember we're doing division, so 25 divided by 5 is 5. Y2, I pulled out Y2, I'm done pulling out Y's. I have none left. So I just write the 5 and I don't write any letters. Let's go on to number 3. Hopefully you see between 8 and 20, a 4 can go into both of those, so I'm going to pull out a 4. Now let's look at my letters. I have 4 A's, I have 3 A's. The most I can pull out is 3. I can't pull out more than what's already there. So the lowest exponent of the variable will always be the one that you pull out. All right, what's left over in the first term? 8 divided by 4 is 2. I had 4 A's, I pulled out 3. I'm still left with an A. Plus, keep the sign, 20 divided by 4 is 5. A3, done. Number 4, between 14 and 35, I can see that I can pull out a 7, okay? Oh, what? Not done. That's the numbers. What about the letters? M4, M6, I can pull out an M4. So what's left over in the first one? That would be a 2M squared minus 35 divided by 7 is 5. I pulled out all the M's, so I'm done. Okay, let's go nice and slowly. Number 15. 18, 24, and 30. I hope you see that as a 6 will go into all 3 of those. So I'm going to pull out a 6, but now I'm going to look at my letters. 3, 2, 1. Well, the most I can pull out is 1. I can't pull out more than what's already there. So that's the most that's going to be common. So now, the first term, 18 divided by 6 is 3. I had 3 P's. I pulled out 1. I'm left with 2 P's. Plus, 24 divided by 6 is 4. I had 2 P's, I pulled out a P, I'm left with a P. Minus sign, 30. I pull out a 6, that's going to be a 5. I took out all my P's, and I'm done. And that, my friends, is how we would factor. Okay, let's keep going. Let's do number 6. Between 21, 49, and 70, first thing my brain sees is a 7, so I'm going to just pull that out. I have 5 B's, I have 3 B's, I have 2 B's. 2 B's are the most I can pull out. Let's go with the first term right here. 3b, 5 minus 2 is 3, okay? Minus 49 divided by 7 is 7. I had 3 b's, I pulled out 2 b's, I'm left with 1 b. Plus sign, 70 divided by 7 is 10. I had 2 b's, I pulled out 2 b's, I'm done. Now look back in here, 3, 7, 10. Is anything common? No, then I'm done. All right, let's look at number 7. Look at the numbers first. Between 30 and 45, I'm going to pull out a 15. Ooh, what's all that? Okay, sorry, let me make that a little better. A 15, and now 4 R's, 2 R's, the most I can pull out is 2. What's left over? 30 divided by 15 is 2. R to the 4th divided by R squared is R squared. Plus sign, 45 divided by 15 is 3. Okay? 18. Between 16, 40, and 24, we can pull out an 8. Between the letters K7, K5, K3, I can pull out a K3. Parentheses. 16 divided by 8 is 2. I had 7 Ks. I pulled out 3. I'm left with 4. Minus 40 divided by 8 is 5. I had 5 Ks. I pulled out 3 Ks. I'm left with 2 Ks. Minus 24 divided by 8 is 3. I had 3 Ks. I pulled them all out. I'm done. Now, if you ever want to check, you can always do the distributive property, and you'll see that you'll get back to the same answer, okay? Let's go on to number 9. Between 12 and 18, I'm going to trust that you see a 6, okay? Parenthesis, oh, not done yet. Sorry, we got to do the letters. 6 T's and 3 T's, we're going to pull out 3, okay? And what's going to be left over? In the first term, I'm going to be left with 2t cubed, because I took 6 minus 3. And in the second one, 18 divided by 6 is 3. All my t's are gone. Done. Let's go on to number 10. 28 and 56. I'm going to just hope that you see that there's a 28. If you don't, and you go with a smaller number, there are ways around it, but I'm going to refer you to the video before, because I do show some tricks for that, but I don't want to spend more time right here on it, because this will be a super long video if I do. Okay, and so I had 5 C's. I pulled out 2. I'm just left with C3. The 28's gone. I pulled it all out. Minus 2 C's, all gone. Okay, I mean, I might do it on one of these, but I'll kind of wait when they get nastier. Okay, between 16, 48, and 32, my brain sees a 16 first, okay? And between 4 n's, 2 n's, and 1 n, the most I can pull out is 1 n. First term, 2n, 4 minus 1 is 3. Second term, I'm going to write the plus. 48 divided by 16 is 3. I had 2 n's. I took 1 away. I'm left with 1. Minus 16n divided by 16n is just 1. Everybody got pulled out. So you write a 1. Don't write a 0, okay, because you need 3 terms in there. 16n divided by 16n is 1. Okay, next one. I look at the numbers, 27, 63, and 9, and my brain sees 9. Okay? 9 will go into all 3. Now, I have 8, no parenthesis yet. 8 Q's, 4 Q's, 2 Q's. What's the most I can pull out of all of them? 2 Q's. What's left over? 27 divided by 9, that's going to be a 3. 8 Q's, I pulled out 2. I'm left with 6. Minus, that's going to be a 7Q squared. And now look, I pulled out everybody, right? So what do I write? I still write a 1. Don't write a nothing. Okay, or don't just put a parenthesis and only have 2 terms. You've got to put a 1 there if you pull everybody out. 50 and 75, I know that those are quarters, so I'm going to pull out a 25. And I have 5 W's and I have 4 W's, so the most I can pull out is 4 W's. Out of the first one, when I divide the numbers, I'm left with a 2, and I had 5 W's. I pulled out 4. I'm left with 1. And on the second one, I had 75 divided by 25 is 3. I took out all the W's, so that's my answer. Number 14, between 24, 60, and 6. Oh, this will be a good one to do this. The answer is I can pull out a 12. Okay, but you didn't see that, okay? So I'm going to pull out a 6, all right? And D6, D3, D2, I'm going to pull out a D2. What's left over? In the first one, that's going to be a 4D to the 4th. The second one, minus 10D. The third one is going to be a plus 2. All the D's are gone. Done. Yay. Happy. Well, look at the answer, though. 4, 10, 2. Is there more you could have pulled out? The answer is yes. You could have pulled out another 2. Okay? And when you pull out the other 2, you'll see that it'll be 12D squared. And what's left over? The D's are done. The letters are good. We just got to get a better number here. 2D to the 4th. I'm pulling 2's out now. Minus 5D plus 1. And this would be your final complete answer. All right? Let's keep going. 36 and 54. Ooh, that one's a little bit nasty. The answer is 18. Okay? Just to keep us moving along. H to the 5th. Examples like the one I did over here on number 14, I did a bunch of those in the previous video, pulling out greatest common factor, the constant. So look at those, and you'll get a few more examples of how to do that, okay? So I'm going to pull out an 18, H to the 5th. Boom. What am I left over in the first one? 2h squared minus 54 divided by 18 is 3, and I pulled out all the h's. Number 16, between 42, 70, and 14. I'm not sure right now, but it sure looks like a 7. Now 14 might go into all of them, but let's just say my brain only sees the 7 right now. 7, I have 4 j's, 3 j's, and 2 j's, so I'm going to pull out 2 j's. What's left over here? 6j squared plus 10. I had 3 j's, I pulled out 2. I'm left with 1j minus 2. This is j squared, take out j squared, done. But look at that. Boom, boom, boom. I could have pulled out another what? Another 2. So my real answer is going to be 14j squared. Now I'm going to pull a 2 out of these 3. 3j squared plus 5j minus 1. Okay, so that's what you do if you don't see the biggest number right away, and that's fine. Here I'm going to pull out a 9, and not just a 9, I'm going to pull out a v to the what? V to the 5th? No, v to the 2nd. I can't pull 5 v's out of that. There's only 2 there. So you always have to go with the lowest exponent, okay? All right, so once I do that, on the first term, I'm left with a 9v cubed. And on the second one, 9 times 12 is 108. I pulled out all the v's, so done. Going on to number 18, I'm going to divide each side by a 5 and look at the letters, Z6, Z4, Z2. I'm going to pull out a Z2. Boom. And so now, first one, 4z to the 4th minus 9. I had 4, I pulled out 2. I'm left with 2. Minus 3, I pulled out all my z's. Okay? Number 19, I can pull out a 14. And look at my f's. I have 3, I have 2. I can pull out 2. Parentheses, what's left over? Well, on the first one, the 14s are gone. I had 3, I pulled out 2, I'm left with 1 f. On the second one that divides to a 2, all my f's are gone, boom. And on the last one, between 24, 48, and 72, I know that there's 24 hours in one day, 48 in 2, there's 72 hours in 3 days, so I'm just going to pull out a 24. G5, G3, G1. 1G is all I can pull out of all 3. So I'm going to be left with a 2. I had 5. I pulled out 1. I'm left with 4. Minus a 3. I had 3 G's. I pulled out 1. I'm left with 2. And finally, I pulled everybody out, so I'm just going to write a 1. There's some nasty stuff going on there. And you understand all this. At least I hope you do. If not, go to version C, and then this is going to complete it. And if you can do C, you can do anything of this style of factoring. Okay? Good job. See you on number C. Letter C.